Metro Nashville Police has released body camera and security video of yesterday morning's shooting at Smile Direct Club in Antioch. And we want to warn you, some of this video is hard to watch. The footage released by police begins with security video that shows the suspect, 22-year-old Antonio King, shooting into the front doors of the warehouse. 3 people were shot in all. As of last night, 1 remains in critical condition, 1 is in stable condition, and the other has been released from the hospital. The video then cuts to body camera footage. Here that is. You can see officers following King down a sidewalk and onto the intersection of Antioch Pike and Franklin Limestone Road, where they tell him to drop his gun. He continues into the intersection where he turns around and he points his weapon at officers. And that's when officers Dylan Ramos and Cheryl Kinchlow fired their weapons at the suspect. Police also released 911 calls made after that shooting started at Smile Direct.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I don't know the physical address, but it's Smile Direct Club, 1530.
Yeah. Antioch Pike?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
We have a call.
I have an active shooter on.
Is someone injured?
Yes, there is a security officer shot. Yes, there's a handgun. He's got multiple clips in his sling pack because he keeps replenishing bullets. I've probably heard 20 rounds.
Metro officers rendered aid to King after he was shot, and he was taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he later died. This body camera footage shows a second vantage point from Officer Kinchlow. She fired her weapon while other officers were standing right in front of her. Metro officers say, given the vantage point from her body camera, her actions are under review, but both officers are out on standard administrative leave as this investigation continues. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now the lead agency in this.
Well, the first question on many people's minds why? All you can say. The family released a statement about the shooter's mental situation. They said mental illness. News 2 also spoke with a criminal justice expert who studies mass shootings. Elizabeth Lane is live at the Smile Direct Club warehouse this morning with what they had to say.
Good morning, Neil. And at this point, investigators are working to try and determine what prompted all of this. So far, we know that Antonio King was just 22 years old. He did not have a lengthy criminal history. And fellow shift workers at Smile Direct Club actually told us on the scene that Tuesday was their first day back to work after 3 days off. Now, we spoke with a criminal justice expert who studies events like this. She says workplaces and schools are often target locations for shootings. This is because perpetrators often have easy access. They are familiar with the location, making it a more convenient crime. Motivation, however, is very difficult to speak to in these cases. Take a listen as to why.
In many cases, such as with today, the perpetrator doesn't survive the attack. And so, a lot of it is guessing on that mindset, but usually they don't go in with a target in mind per se. It tends to be more random in that individuals are chosen for some symbolic reason or in random because of the location, but they're not going in and saying, I want to kill Joe or Bob. They're saying this general space represents some type of grievance to me. And so, kind of whoever in there is collateral damage by consequence.
And King's family did release a public statement. In it, they sympathized with the victims and their families. They described King as quiet, caring, fun-loving, and hard-working. That statement then goes on to say, in part, quote, the reality of his mental illness has taken us by surprise. And at this hour, Metro Police still have Smile Direct Club, including the parking lot, closed off to the public as this investigation continues. Reporting live in Antioch, Elizabeth Lane, News 2.
Neighbors near Smile Direct Club are describing the moment they first heard gunshots. Nelson Hernandez lives across the street from the Smile Direct Club facility on Antioch Pike. He was woken up by that gunfire. Described the moments he realized what was going on.
We opened the door and we see when the police they shot and he come like that and he tried to stand up again. I counted maybe like 20 plus the swap. How is that swap? They come, they run. They was like the rifles running to that way, but he was right on the floor when they come.
News 2 will continue to follow these developments as we go through these days about the shooting at Smile Direct. Look for updates both on our newscasts and at WKRN.com.